endings. Okay, start.
Hello?
Oh, is it fully voice acted?
Hello? Hello? Is this radio on? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good. That means it worked. Where are you right now? Wait, don't tell me. Enter through the corner window of the reception hall, did you? Just like I said you should. Remember? We sat here for what must have been hours, looking for the best way to sneak in. You noticed that the window was busted, that the security guard couldn't bother with locking it properly. Pretty careless of him, huh? But he let you in, so we should be thankful. Besides, as long as nobody sees you, it won't cost him his job. Probably. Now I bet you can't see anything. That's fine. You knew what you were getting yourself into.
Oh, this is a save. This is to insult people?
Leave it to me. I know every nook and cranny of this place.
Talk dirty to me.
All you have to do is listen to my voice and do exactly as I say. As long as you trust me, you'll find your way around. Do you trust me?
Oh, I don't have a choice.
Of course. Why wouldn't you? We've been friends for so long. If anything, I'm in the wrong for even asking. Let's review some things, alright? Our objective is room 521 of Felix Bloom Hospital, the intensive care unit. That means you have to climb all the way up to the 5th floor. Bit of a trek if you ask me. But a lot is weighing on this. You can't chicken out. Not this time. You're nervous, aren't you? Don't be. Sneaking around, breaking the law? It's all second nature to you by this point, right? Now, take a deep breath and remember our rules. Move fast so that you're not seen. Don't take anything. Don't make a noise. Leave no trace that you are even here. Think only of what you came here to do. And whatever happens, whatever goes wrong, or whatever stands in your way, never turn this radio off. Ever. Without it, you're as good as dead. Understood? Good. Then let's get a move on. 3 steps from where you stand, there's a reception desk. Then, to your left, the hallway stretches all the way up to the first flight of stairs. Take 3 steps forward, turn left, and walk 19 steps with your arms stretched.
Okay.
You won't find any obstacles in your way, so feel free to take your time. Trust me, as you always have.
Can I check history? 3 steps forward, then turn left. Okay, so what happens if I already start, breaking the rules? Where's right?
You bumped into something, didn't you? This place is a mess. With debris and trash and dirt everywhere. You're lucky you can't see anything. But of course, it won't go well if you go exploring on your own. No, I'm not angry. We're friends, remember? Because we're friends, I care about you. I want you to succeed.
Don't make me cry, man!
So next time, please listen to what I have to say. Walk back your steps, carefully.
Okay, Dad.
Are you there?
No.
Then take 3 steps forward. Turn.
What does this do? Can I, insult him with this? No, okay, fine.
See? Nothing in your way. Just like I promised you. 1, 2, 3, 4. 19. Easy, right? What's that? You felt something graze your hair as you walked. Something cold and bony? It was probably the wind. Nobody has bothered with repairing this place in forever. Feel the door instead. Yes, just like that.
So, wait. What? Am I, blind? Or does the radio have magical powers? Why exactly I can't see?
Find the knob and pull.
Push.
That's not it. Try again, my friend. Maybe I wasn't clear enough. My mistake. If you push, the door won't open. It will merely stick in place, as doors tend to do. You can't get stuck here. You must climb up to the 5th floor. You must. Otherwise, something terrible will happen. So please, pull.
Push.
Pull.
Push.
Pull.
Push.
Pull.
Fine, pull. Are we still friends?
There's a flight of stairs just 2 steps in front of you. They go up and down. All you will find downstairs is a locked door, so go up.
Go down.
See? The door is locked. Besides, you have no reason to explore the basement.
Yeah, not now.
Please climb back up, friend.
Can I go back down again?
See? The door. Please climb back up, friend.
Even the developer is like, I don't assume people are gonna be assholes enough to keep on doing that. I'm just gonna like say one line and get over with it.
Yes. Go up. Think of nothing else. Let nothing distract you. I'll be with you to the very end. You stand in front of a wall with a few cracks on it. The climb ended sooner than expected, right? To get to the next floor, you must walk all the way to the other side of this one. A peculiar way to build a hospital, but there's a reason behind it. No. You want to know what the reason is? Curiosity won't do you any favors. Just forget about it and keep going. Turn right and take a step forward. Everything is in tatters. Do you remember the earthquake from 10 years ago? This hospital never recovered. Too expensive, they said, but it kept functioning. On and on and on, even as the walls crumbled. Even as everything was covered in dust. Even as the bugs turned it into their nesting ground, where disease festered and corpses rotted atop one another endlessly. Even as the bugs turned it into their nesting ground, where disease festered and corpses rotted atop one another endlessly.
Oh, that is what replay voices. Okay, you can re-listen to this.
People come to Felix Bloom to die. Even you must have heard about that old saying. What? You didn't know? Didn't they hire you to do some work upstairs not so long ago? They had to have told you back then, right? This is a hospital for people who can't be saved, or people whom nobody will care for. The patient in room 521 is the same. They'll die pretty soon, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. So you must get there before death does. Why? You know very well why. You want to be happy, right? Then don't question it. Fun times await. Fun times, happy times, with just you and me. This floor is in a very bad state. You must follow my instructions to the letter if you don't want to get hurt. Follow the wall as far as it goes. Turn left. Take 3 steps. And walk. Yeah, keep your hands stretched to your sides. Every now and again, you will feel how they graze the edges of open doorways. Just like that. Take it slowly so you don't trip. This floor is a mess, but fairly empty as far as hospitals go. It was considered a floor of transition, where patients waited to be taken elsewhere, away from the filth and death. Patients who could still be saved. It was a lively floor at first, at least while the staff still cared. As the years went by, however, it began to see fewer guests. Healthy, sane patients have no business in Felix Bloom Hospital. Good people have no business in Felix Bloom Hospital, and so the area was abandoned. A passageway between one floor and the other. You stayed here once. You don't remember, but you did. Back when it was a hospital just like any other. Your room was right over there, in the dark, past the glass door. A little kid, not even past the age of 10.
Who, me or... Wait, who?
So innocent back then. Although, not for much longer. Why did you stop? Oh, you cut yourself. That's it. It's just a cut. Don't make a fuss.
Oh, wait, how you seeing?
Remember, you must stay quiet. Nobody has to know you're here. They listen. The walls have ears, and they communicate with each other. Can you hear them? Muttering. Saying your name. Laughing at you for holding your crimson-dyed hands, like you were in your death throes. Come on. You're wasting both our time. Keep moving, will you? You're about to reach the end of the hallway. When you feel the last set of doorways, take 2 steps forward, and finally, make a turn.
The right...
No.
Did my character just take point?
No. I told you to listen to my voice, didn't I? I was going to say to turn left. Why couldn't you wait for me to finish? See, now you've cut your hand and bumped your head.
Roro.
It's always been like this. I tell you to do something thinking of your own good, but you just won't listen. How many times have you gotten hurt because of it? How many times have you suffered through unnecessary pain? Always causing me trouble by being, well, yourself. Does it hurt? I'm sure it does. I'm sure you would like to take a rest, to complain, to scream. But this is your due punishment.
Am I in limbo?
Now you'll think twice before carelessly moving on your own, because next time, it won't be just a bruise. Say that you're sorry.
Hey! Okay. Is this our kink?
Say it again, like you mean it.
I'm very, very sorry, Daddy.
Okay. I forgive you, friend. Remember, I care about you, and I want you to know it. Even if it may not seem like it sometimes. Now go back and turn the opposite way. Ah, there it is. The fungus. It means my directions were correct. Move closely. Remember the scent. If you smell the damp fungus, you'll know you're on the right path. Now listen carefully. There are 3 doors down this hallway. You must enter the one with the puddle of water beneath it. It'll be easy to tell. Just listen to the sound of splashing water beneath your feet. Go on then, and don't turn the radio off. Just don't. There's a door to your right. Your footsteps sound dry.
Open door. Wrong door.
Behind the door, you see nothing but a cable hanging from the ceiling. This is the wrong room. No way forward or out. Just a cable. This hospital might be in shambles, but electricity still runs through it. You should be careful not to touch any exposed cables. Turn back and try again.
Touch cable.
What was that? You didn't touch the cable, did you? The shock must have gone straight to the radio. Don't do that again, okay? It might hurt you. Or worse, bust this radio up for good. Turn back, will you? Why? Why do you keep touching it? Do you like it? Does it make you feel alive? I understand enjoying forbidden thrills, but now is not the time. Besides, I can tell the radio won't stand the 3rd shock. Turn back now, because if you touch that cable again, then that's it. It ends. Everything.
I electrocuted myself.
There's a door to your right. Your footsteps sound rough.
What's in door number 3?
Behind the door, you see the door to an elevator. Before you ask, no, you can't use it. Let me ask you something. Do you remember seeing one of these down on the first floor? No, you don't. That's because it doesn't exist. Felix Bloom Hospital had an elevator once, but it fell down during the earthquake, and it was never put back up. They eventually covered up all the entrances. But this one remains. Even if you were to call for it, the door wouldn't open, and nothing would ever come. So don't bother. Just turn back.
Call the elevator.
See? Nothing happens. Leave it alone.
Call elevator.
It would be easier. Less tiring, less painful, less horrifying. But your life has never been easy.
Hey.
Really? This is what you want?
Mm-hmm.
Fine. See where it leads you. You know, if you press that button one more time, then I'll stop leading you. I won't care anymore, and you won't be happy. Ever again. So choose wisely.
Huh?
You walk into the elevator. You stand there and press a button to the 5th floor. The elevator moves up. The elevator reaches the 3rd floor. The elevator reaches the 4th floor. The elevator reaches the 5th floor. The elevator reaches the 6th floor. It goes on and on and on. You knock on the walls. You ask for help. For my help. But I don't care anymore. You're too high up. We're losing connection. Goodbye. Behind the door, you see a worn-down bathroom. This is the place. As filthy and disgusting as I remember. Of course. I knew this was the right way all along. Didn't I say so downstairs? I know every nook and cranny of this hospital. It was a test. To see if you were following my instructions.
I have bad news for you.
Congratulations. You passed.
Oh, thank you, Dad.
Look at that. Can you smell it? It makes you want to puke, right?
Oh, okay.
Believe it or not, it wasn't always like this. Back in the day, you could even kiss the toilet lids without fearing you'd catch something lethal.
No, I don't think so.
It was also the place where we first met.
Something in the dark.
You were coming out of this cubicle, tending to your own business. Nothing but a little kid. When everything was too big or too scary to confront on your own. And there I was, staring back at you. Your tiny frame, and those innocent eyes.
Are you my pedophile?
Take a step closer to the sink, will you? Yes, it was right here. We were both very young. You looked at me warily, and me at you with curiosity. It was difficult at first, but we quickly became good friends. We would play together every day, outside on the streets, or just messing around in the halls. It wasn't the end when you were discharged either. We stuck together, the best of friends. I was the only one who ever understood you. And the only one who never judged you. When you grabbed those hard-earned bills from your mother's purse. When you snuck into the mini-market at night and took what wasn't yours. When you began taking those substances and drove others to addiction and thought that it wouldn't hurt to make money out of the vice. When you smashed that girl's face for not liking you back. When you broke into that poor man's house. When you took that knife and threatened to get what you wanted. I always stood by your side, supporting your every choice. You're not a good person, friend. That's what I like about you. You were always free. But that freedom is now in danger. So up you must go. To room 521. If you go through it.
Go through it.
Here we are at last.
Hey, I know this place.
There was an easier way to get here. But I had to remind you who you truly are. Now that we're clear, it's time to move up. Wait,
I don't know, a dead bird?
what was that? I don't remember it. Oh, it's your first sin. Don't worry. It's meaningless at this point. Just keep on going and don't look back. This is the 3rd floor. We're halfway there. You see a half-open door. Walk through it. Focus on the ground under your shoes. Do you hear that? Can you feel it breathe? Try listening in more closely. One more time.
Am I breathing? Are you breathing? Or is the ground
This
breathing?
hospital is alive.
Oh.
Most alive it has ever been. It breathes, it thinks, and it decomposes, feeding tiny little creatures that scurry around its halls, just like a person loaded with hundreds of parasites.
Ew.
Just ask them, those vestiges of life, growing in every damp corner of this building. How do you think they're born in the first place? Fungus grow from death and decay, and this place has seen plenty of that across the decades. Corpses and flesh and blood and everything that makes a living person be. It has absorbed all of it and made it its own. Starting to get nervous. Better get a move on. You're scared, aren't you? That this place might swallow you whole? Of course you're scared. Everything is always oh so terrifying for you.
Hey.
You know what's funny about all this?
No.
That you can tell it wasn't only an earthquake that turned this hospital upside down. It was violence. Sheer violence. People don't want to die, friend. They don't want to suffer, or live through pain, or feel any type of discomfort. They will struggle, harm, and fight everyone and everything around them, just like you did. Violence is all you could ever do. You lived your whole life hurting others to make a quick buck. It was ugly and unrewarding, but far better than depending on a measly minimum wage, right? As long as you could do what you wanted, and sleep yourself drunk or high so that you wouldn't have to think of anything.
Okay.
Well, nothing else mattered, right? It was a great life. You had fun. But you were always such a damn coward. Always going, I don't want to be like this anymore, or I can be better, or I can get a real job. It would be sad if it wasn't so damn funny. A person like you, be better. Let's take a walk down memory lane, okay? Then maybe you'll remember what happened the last time you tried to be better. Take 5 steps to your right and walk 10 steps forward.
Let's take left.
So scared to remember that you won't even do it right, but I won't let you disobey me anymore. Just do what I said.
No.
So scared to remember that you, but I won't just do. So
Fine, let's do right.
A locker has fallen to the ground and blocks your way. Make sure you step over it if you don't want to fall too.
Try to be careful. And I fell. Amen.
You did it again, didn't you? You tripped. Even when you're going the right way, you can't help but mess it up. Oh, you've always been like this. So useless at everything you do. Why do I even hang out with you anymore? You're just dead weight. Sorry. You know it's just a joke.
That wasn't... Where was the punchline?
I would never abandon you. You're just so damn fun. Won't you stand up? Is the floor that comfortable? Wait. Shh. Keep quiet.
So, about that joke. Radio Smash. That's an excellent indie band name. So,
It's gone. It followed you up here. But why? No. You still feel bad about that? After all these years? You really are a pathetic little thing.
hey.
Whatever. You'll just have to be careful. Stand up and walk. The third floor is where all the new patients are brought in. It's meant to bring peace, to comfort them in their pain, to keep them calm, to tell them everything will be okay. Here at Felix Bloom Hospital. A bunch of lies, of course. Everyone here is so sedated they can barely even make a noise. If you try your best, you'll manage to make out a midnight whimper in the darkness. Over at the distance where the rooms are. But we don't care about them. We only care about this. Do you remember now? You were hired to paint a mural that would bring peace to these patients.
A man and a woman staring into each other, and a naked woman on all fours under a pyramid? Okay, what's the symbolism here? Ovaries?
Hilarious, right? You bring peace? But for as much of a bastard as you are, painting was always easy for you. Nobody would guess you were a ruthless junkie with all those pictures around. You saw an ad in the papers and before you knew it, here you were, brushing the hours away.
Oh, so I'm Shadman.
This is it, you thought. My chance to turn my life around. But I told you, didn't I? That it wouldn't work out. You're just not cut out for an honest living. You were born bad. From a mother that never loved you, but still tried her best to raise you. Oh, she tried. She tried hard. Never seen such a stressed out woman in my life. And what did you do to repay her? Leave home as fast as you could. Never to return. And yet you had the gall to draw her so beautifully. You're such a piece of work.
But why did I draw her naked?
You kept trying. You wanted to see the world more beautifully. To see even the bits and pieces of the city that you hated so much in a better light. But you hate it here. You hate it so much. You hate the dirt, the rust, the noise, the smell, the people. Everything you've never loved. And even worse, you've never found something beautiful. That bitterness dawned on you as you painted. They told you to draw pretty scenery, and it frustrated you to not know how. Trees are pretty, someone said. And so off you went to paint a tree. You couldn't do it. It was too hard. It angered you so much that you hit the wall, time and time again. And then all hell broke loose. You realized I was right, that you could never change. So when that little man, just an innocent janitor, approached you with concern, I told you what I knew you should do. Tell him to fuck off and beat the crap out of his face. That tree is painted in his blood. They could never clean it. It stuck there like it didn't want to let go. It felt good, didn't it? Even as you desperately tried to outrun the cops, your hands still shaking from the sensation of breaking bones. You knew this was your life, that there was no way out. You have to reach room 521 if you want to keep living this way. You have to. Go in the hole.
Fine, I'll go inside the hole. Yes, Daddy.
Why do you stop? Is something up there? Yes. Keep walking. It might be dark, but you're used to it at this point. All you need to do is trust me and everything will work out. After 10 steps, you will find yourself in front of a door. The stairs are just across the next room. Run.
Is this Robot Chica? Run. Don't run, don't run, run, don't run. Can you hit me? Oh, you can. Oh, okay, it immediately kills me.
Don't think about it. Just don't. Keep going up. Don't.
What am I doing?
Why did you let it follow you here?
What did I do?
You said you were over it. But no. You had to let that thing come and mess everything up, didn't you?
I did?
We're so close. I can almost hear it. The sound of that hag's throat as you choke the life out of her.
Oh, I killed a woman? Wait, did I kill my mom?
Look over there. An open window.
What? Oh, that's... Oh, you mean the bars, that's the window.
We're so high up now. Why don't you go a little closer? It's the outside world. Waving at you in all its decadent glory. You hate it there. But where else would scum like you live? It's the city that turned a blind eye when you first shoplifted at the mini-market by your school. Hungry because you had no lunch money. It's the city that shrugged when you first joined your dad for a bottle of scotch to celebrate becoming a teen. It's the city that remained silent as you saw the beatings, as you were beaten yourself, and as you beat others to vent. Your first time taking money from an unguarded register. Your first time breaking into somebody's home. Your first time mugging under the cover of night. It saw all your firsts. It shaped and molded you into the person you are today. You had already given up on yourself, but then that hag came along. You hated her so much. We both did. Always berating you for every little thing you did. Always saying that you should go apologize for your actions. Apologize for what? You were born bad, and this city never gave you the tools to fix that. So why should you need to apologize? And the worst part, she actually made you believe you could be better. She had to be insane, right? But you believed her, and you felt bad. Because if you could be better, then what the hell has your life been up until now? It tore you apart from the inside, chewing your flesh and bones until simply breathing cost you excruciating pain. You wanted a way out, a way to feel better forever. And when the hag saw you trying to sneak into the house, with a bag full of who knows what, enclosed dirty with blood of another, that was when we knew what had to be done. It was as simple as grabbing the lead pipe leaning against the wall, and swinging it as hard as you could. Her skull cracked, making a terrible sound as it did. Her body fell limp to the ground. It made no further sound. It didn't even move a finger. It was just a corpse, so devoid of life. You couldn't even feel sad. I watched your face, you know. You were smiling. It felt liberating. Finally free from that hag's watch. Finally free to feel comfortable with who you were. No more guilt. No more doubt. Only happiness ahead. Except, she wasn't dead. Not yet.
Oh, she's in the room?
Middle-aged woman assaulted in her own home, said the news. Nobody could pin a murder on you. You were far too good at covering your tracks, but when you learned she was still alive, it changed everything. She had been taken to Felix Bloom Hospital, where people come to die. But here's a catch. They have to be alive for them to die here. You asked about her downstairs. And what you heard terrified you. The next time she wakes up will be her last. Cops are like vultures. They don't care about justice. They just want to incarcerate as many people as they can. The moment that woman wakes up, they'll make her squeal. And there goes your freedom. You can't allow that. You must get to her before she ever gets the chance to speak. You must finish the job. That's why we're here. That's why we must go to room 521, where the hag is taking her final nap. But if that thing is here, your first sin, then you must be having second thoughts. You coward. What? Have something to say? Then say it. Grow a spine. We're in this mess because you couldn't even kill a person right. So how do you expect to stand up to me? You're a pathetic piece of trash. The scum of the earth. A person whose sole purpose is to be a walking stereotype for suburban moms to point and say, "Never turn out like that, son." So don't you dare talk back to me again. Don't even think about it. I made you who you are. I'm the only one who's ever remotely liked you. So if you don't want to lose the only person who's willing to give a shit about your well-being, then you're going to stop moping around and go. Is that clear? All right. That's much better. Now listen. This floor is not like the others. I won't go into specifics because you'll get confused otherwise. It's like a maze up here. It's designed in a way so that patients can't find their way out. Locked in their rooms. They go in and out of consciousness. Confused. They think they're at home. Still healthy. All they do is walk around, tiring themselves out until they can no longer move. That way they can be safely contained. And later transported upstairs to meet a quiet end.
Is that how hospitals are designed?
These patients haven't seen another person in so long that I can't even imagine what they'll do to you.
How old are they?
So you can't open any door you see, other than the one leading up the stairs. I know how to get there, but it's difficult. You'll have to do precisely as I say. If you do anything wrong, even just by a single step, then I won't know how to get you back on track. Don't screw it up this time. Take a deep breath and open that door on the count of 3. 1, 2. There's a hole in the wall to your left.
Turn the radio off. How? Did I just get crushed by a giant bird?
It finally got through. Where are you right now?
Hiding under a sink.
A sink. A sink where?
I don't know.
No, this isn't happening. Shit. It caught you, didn't it? And you ran away like a coward. Ran and ran and ran until you lost track of everything. Now you don't even know where you are. Is it still following you? What a help you are.
Shut up, I'm blind.
This is bad. I seriously don't know how to get you upstairs now. It wouldn't be hopeless if it wasn't for that thing. It's onto you. It wants you. And if it gets you, then you can kiss everything goodbye.
I want you to turn off the radio.
What? You can't do that. It's impossible to navigate this place without me. Unless... Okay, I have an idea. If it's coming after this radio, then we'll have to do things a bit different. I will describe to you a few landmarks and give you instructions. All you have to do is find the first of these landmarks and move as I'll now say. Are you ready? First take a left at the hole in the wall.
Okay.
Then take a right at the door sign. Finally, take a right at the Christmas poster. Right after the Christmas poster, open the door. In between these landmarks, keep moving forward, no matter what you hear or see. Simple, right? You'll have to wander until you find the hole in the wall. I won't talk.
The hole in the wall. What an excellent Dr. Seuss book for all children.
If I do, then that awful creature will keep coming at you. But I will whisper. A single word, to let you know where you are. You must be absolutely sure you can remember these instructions before heading out. Want me to say it again?
Okay. Step out of the room. Left, right. I'm sorry, was that the bird or was him just saying a word? Left, right, right, open the door, move forward, yeah. Does it underline them here? Oh no, it doesn't underline them here. I thought I was being smart. Okay, look for the word hole. Take a left at the hole in the wall. Oh, you'll have to wander until you find the hole. Was I through here? No, I think he said like I was just...
What have you done? That wasn't the right door. Get out of there, quick.
Oh yeah, I'm not supposed to open doors so that I don't get molested by the patients.
One of the patients caught you. And now they'll tear you apart. I guess this is as far as we go together. It's been a pleasure, friend. I hope the pain doesn't last for much longer. I really hope it doesn't.
Wrong door. Not drink a soda.
Oh.
Okay, go forward.
Circles.
Thank you, circles. Does each one have a different death scene?
What have you done? That wasn't the right door.
Oh no.
Get out. One of... Chicken.
Chicken. Don't. Oh, run.
Oh.
Oh, a hole! We finally found the hole! We finally found the hole! Oh no, oh no, I have to go all the way back! All the way back! This is not the... Oh, okay, okay, the bird.
Oh.
Okay, the bird is not RNG. Yeah, go forward? Oh, okay.
Sign.
Now right.
Tree. Door.
One option. Hi. Apologize. How does one apologize to a bird? He's not your friend. He wants to make you like him. Do not listen to him. Mute his voice until it cannot be heard. The radio will not allow it. Mute him and apologize. Oh, there we go, mute. Before it's too late. How do I know I'm muting?
Weird. It just stood there, without doing anything. Better for us, I guess. Maybe it finally gave up on you. Time to finish what you started. Just a little more, friend. Even if it seems like the stairs will never end, keep climbing. The 5th floor is the last. It holds the intensive care unit of Felix Bloom Hospital. But for a place like this, what does intensive care mean? You'll see soon enough. Nobody will know it was you. She was going to die anyway. They'll simply believe her time came before anticipated. Don't hesitate. Trust me, as you always have. It feels different here, doesn't it?
Okay, so can I meet you now? No, I guess it's gonna be like a final moment thing. Huh?
The intensive care unit is for patients who are so broken, so near death, that they don't feel the intensive care unit is for patients. They don't complain, like the patients of the 2nd floor. They don't resist, like the patients of the 3rd floor. They don't resist, like the patients of the 3rd floor. They won't wander, like the patients of the 4th floor. They merely exist, waiting for death to show up. You'll imagine how easy it is to take care of these patients. All they need is a room, bed, and a few meals. That's as intensive as it gets in this hospital. A sign stuck to the wall. It reads silence. Silence. As if this place Silence. As if this place needed more of it. The inside of a coffin is naturally going to be silent, and you can't disturb corpses. No matter how loud you are. Who is this for then? You? Me? Well, I won't stop talking anytime soon. You are nothing without my voice telling you what to do. You need me, friend.
Just very cool. Let's review what we came here to do. Objective to reach... Okay, I saved previously. Let me just listen to him.
Our objective is to reach room 521 and kill the patient inside. That's it. That's all we need. The hag thought you could be a better person. But those expectations shackled you and made you suffer throughout your entire life. If only she had learned to accept you as you were. Then things could have ended up differently. But it's too late now. It's time to snuff her out of the picture and be free. Once and for all. Now go in. Don't hesitate. Listen to my voice through this radio. Right to the very end. What is there to wait for? As long as you can hear my voice through this radio.
Oh, I'm gonna guess this is like the choosing point. Okay, so what about the first ending?
The inside of room 521 consists of an asphalt-colored floor, walls of torn paint, and a number of electrical outlets placed at a set distance from each other. Otherwise, you see nothing. At least not at a glance. But wait. There's something on the floor, isn't there? A figure of melting skin, pushed to a corner, hidden by the darkness. It shivers the moment you walk in. It stares at you in confusion, as if not quite recognizing you as a human being. A mere look tells you the shell of a person doesn't have long to live. The word mercy crosses your mind, along with memories of a not-so-distant past. But you don't care about such things anymore. You've made your choice. Come to think of it, our story has finally come full circle, hasn't it? After you took your first life, that insignificant creature. I was there to reassure you that it wasn't wrong. You don't need to feel guilty. You don't need to apologize. It was just a little bird. You did it because you wanted to, right? Of course, killing is bad. And if it came easy to you, then logically that means you too are bad. But what does it matter? Who even cares about what you did and who you hurt? Well, you did. You always did. But not anymore. With your hands on the hag's neck, it's clear that you finally embraced who you truly are. You're evil, and I love you for it.
Ew.
Choke her to death. Harder. Harder, I said.
I don't think that's what necks sound like.
You did it. It's all over. There. You did well. This is who you are. Now come back to me, and I will love you forever, my one true friend.
Daniel Cuturufo. Oh, well, the voice was someone else. Thank you for playing. Another ending exists. All you need to do is mute his voice. I love how much they're pushing that point.
It feels different here.
Okay, so I mute him. Hold on, are you listening to me? Hello, can you hear me? You didn't mute me, did you? Hey! Tell me you didn't turn the radio off. Tell me you didn't... Are you fighting back? This place is humid and dark with barely anything in it. It's horrible. I see a person lying on the floor. I recognize this person. She's looking at me. And she's suffering. All because of what I did. He called you my first sin. I remember you now. I was playing in the backyard when I saw a baby bird. It looked so fragile. I wonder what would happen if I grabbed it and squashed it a little. I didn't mean for you to die. It was so long ago. His voice is no longer here. I muted him. I don't want to hear him anymore. Apologize. For what? For what you must. Apologize to Silhouette, apologize to First Sin, apologize to the world. I'm sorry for betraying your trust. I'm sorry for not talking to you about my problems and always resorting to violence. And I'm sorry for who I've become. You are forgiven. She still loves you dearly. Apologize for First Sin. I'm sorry for using my strength to kill you. I'm sorry you didn't get to live a full life. And I'm sorry for who I've become. You are forgiven. Guilt won't pursue you anymore. Apologize to the world. I'm sorry for living my life hurting others. I'm sorry for never turning a new leaf. I'm sorry for who I've become. You are forgiven. It was not your fault. Confront him. Are you sure? Yes. Goodbye.
What are you doing?
I'm becoming free.
You're silencing me?
Yes.
Why?
Because you've given me nothing but pain. You have always been by my side telling me what to do. Only I could hear you. Only I could hear you. And sometimes only you could understand me. I thought you were my one and only friend.
I was. I loved you. Always have.
But you all wanted to turn me into a monster. Into a monster like you.
What are you talking about? This is what you always wanted.
Not anymore. It's time to get rid of you forever.
Get rid of me? What do you mean? Please, accept me. We're so alike, you and I. Don't you see I only wanted the best for you? All this time, I simply wanted you to be happy. So come on, do what you came here to do. Don't you hear it? The sirens, the doors opening, the footsteps, the screaming, the threats. They're coming for you. Did you call them? Why? You'll never be free again if they catch you. Please listen to me. Just one last time. Why are you just standing there? Why won't you move? Why are you just biting your lip, making it bleed? Why? Why are you smiling?
Turn off the radio. Are they gonna recommend the first ending? May you also forgive yourself. You can now mute him anytime you please. After watching every ending, something awaits you in the basement. Huh?
See? The door is locked. Please climb back up, friend.
Hello? My name is Via, lead developer and writer of the game you just played. If you heard it, it means you watched all the endings. First of all, thank you for playing this far. This game is the last I managed to cram... This is the last I managed to cram into a game, so after this you'd have seen all the content it has to offer. I'm writing about this actually... I'm actually writing this about 4 hours before my deadline hit, I think, so I'm sorry if it reads a bit awkward. The idea for Radio Signal came from a short story I once wrote. Why are you wearing Porky Pig's helmet? It's about a man who breaks into a suburban house at night looking for mysterious something to steal. He's guided by a person who talks to him through a radio and guides him around the house. Just like in Radio Signal, the narrator was a person in the radio, who spoke directly to the protagonist. It was an idea that I liked and want to expand upon. In fact, the first time I did this was from my last game, Don't Open Your Eyes. There's something fun about the story told slowly through a person or entity talking to another. Anyway, I hope I did the concept justice. The biggest change is that the setting here is a hospital instead of just a house. The background images came from the former psychiatric ward of Felix Bulnes Hospital in Santiago de Chile. It was abandoned after an earthquake from a few years ago, and I'm not sure it exists anymore. There is a nice bit of trivia for you. Turning Radio Signal into a visual novel gave me the freedom to play around with other ideas. Stuff such as to allow the reader player to explore the area and to choose whether to obey the voice or not. But truth be told, there's a lot I couldn't do due to time constraints. Initially, I want to dedicate more time to exploring the building, but other than in a few instances, you can't deviate much from the intended path. Same thing happened to chase segments. I want to add a bit more variety to them, but I simply didn't have the time. By the way, did you notice you could mute the voice at any time after playing one of the main endings? One other idea I had was to add small portions of text throughout the game that you could only read if you had the voice muted. Oh. They'll given a bit more context about the hospital, the first sin that chases you in the voice. But again, time got in the way, deadlines are a true horror. And besides, trying to explain in too much detail always a mistake when it comes to horror. Good horror works best when a little bit of mystery remains. You mean like, what's that movie called? Not Freddy, Michael Myers? You mean having a 70-year-old man be magical? And spoiling everything was not a good idea 10 years later? Yeah, I can believe that. I'm always a bit disappointed when horror films, games, and literature reveal every single detail about their monsters. Well, you give the fans what they want, a giant butthole. Sometimes best to leave something to the imagination, like giant buttholes. Just like good fiction in general, it's better when certain elements are left to the reader's interpretation, such as the size of the butthole. Such is the case with the voice. In the original story I wrote, it was revealed that the protagonist had been talking to himself the whole time, berating actions. There is no such conclusion in Radio Signal. Was the voice real? If so, did it belong to a real person or something else entirely? A monster, as he eventually called. I don't have my own preferred answer, but I'll let people reach your own. What I can talk about is the idea or theme. It's a simple thing. Want to write a story about the person who's bad, not because they're born bad. They were led to believe they were bad. I'm a firm believer that the environment shapes our behavior. Poverty, abuse, police brutality. These aspects of society logically create people who simply can't escape. This becomes society won't try to help them, instead will reinforce the ideas they're bad. Protagonists in the story had the chance to free themselves. Voice kept telling them they were bad. By the way, did I meet you or something? A lot of people don't have this chance, but I truly hope this changes somewhat in the future. I think I keep going back to the topic of self-loathing. That ended up being longer than I expected. Quickly wrap this up. Radio Signal was made in 30 days for Spooktober Visual Novel Game Jam. I got help from various people, art direction, assets, but such is the grind of making these games, I'll keep at it for the time being. Planning to release a new horror-themed visual novel soon. This won't be voiced, it'll have a slightly different style. Follow my Twitter account. Thank you for listening. See you on the other side. Goodbye. Basement ending. The secret basement ending. Thank you so much. Radio Signal. Much appreciated. Thank you. How big is the game? Good question. The game is, yeah, actually about 400 megabytes. 652 voices. Oh boy. What about images? Let's look at the sexy bird. No. What you looking at? No, stop looking at my use folder. What, does she have horns? You don't know what to do. Yeah, when the game is fine.